So I'm going to start with the opening poem. This is called History. Our stone wall was built by slaves, and my bones are paid for. We have two of everything, twice heavy in our pockets, warming our two big hands. This is the story as I know it. One morning the ships came as foretold, and death, pearl-handled, almost and completely. How cheap a date I turned out to be. Each finger weak with the memory, lost teeth, regret. Our ghosts walk the shoulders of the road at night. I get the feeling you've been lying to me. Vespertine. Dear night, it was so warm under you that I offered, but you refused to endure. You won't remember me. We danced. I was the one in the dark. I was wearing this face. In daylight, I'm an acre of empty desert anyway. A spent white flower, a pale honey scent, wilted away. And I'm having this dream. I am mourned by millions. I died young, and I was so, so pretty. So, as you may have also heard in my bio, I got my MFA at Columbia, so I am no stranger to student loans and student loan debt. So this next poem is kind of an ode to my student loans in a way. It's called Forbearance. I owe everything money, but all I have is nightmares. Jawbone vice, stiff neck, chewed cheek. I come to and nothing. Good morning, nothing. In other words, I bring the spirits back and put them away. Or rather, I lied. I meant to say I owe you everything, money, but all I have is this love, this empty cupboard, this closet full of ugly things. I tell you, you are wrong about me, as I am wrong about what all these dreams mean. I, like everything else, am a carcinogen. My limbs complain. I come to nothing, I tell you. I put my little light out. Genealogy. I was born in a forest. I don't know my name. I was born on a mountain but changed my mind. I was born in the desert. All my people died in the fire and left me with the gods. They called me dust. How it burned me. I come from the sea, I believe. I come from beryl, aquamarine. All my people rode their horses off the edge of the world and left me on your doorstep. They called me sorrow. I don't know my name. I come from wartime, how it burned me. I was born a flame, I believe. A sun so intentional, a sun in repose, a sun in continuous sunset, sinking into the ground. Letter to the winding sheet. After the snowfall jewels my hair. My church shoes muddy the bedspread. Crazy, you called me, not much of a lady. Flip up the light switch, A child, I act a child. At night, I hold a postcard. 2 plums adorn a plum tree. What we could be. The door tight in its door frame. The window keeps shutting on me. In every dream I am asleep. Your fingers closed around my wrists. Your breathing steals the room. You won't explain my shrinking vision, why I never knew enough about the topiary. Every limb is a root, every tree a tree. So I, like Hallie, am from Jamaica. Well, I guess I'm not Jamaican, I'm just Jamaican. But and when I met her, I was thrilled to learn that her uncle is the man responsible for King Burger, Home of the Whopper, which was a childhood, just my brother and I laughed at that forever. So the next poem I'm going to read, this is inspired by my other homeland, and it's named after the place in Jamaica where Columbus first landed and discovered the country. It's actually now called Discovery Bay, but originally was called Dry Harbor. And this poem I wrote for my grandfather, who passed away recently. At the shore, the water is rush and retreat, taking my footprints with it, a quiet delete. What's buried here won't stay in the ground. Now you are gone, I make you again and again. You are the boy in the harbor on another hot day. You are the boy watching the horses leap over your head to cool themselves in the harbor. You are the man daydreaming the horses leap into the harbor, their ripple and gleam. I've come to understand we are accident and disease. A door left open, a gust, a weed. A ship docked in the wrong harbor, a pandemic liquidation through the hills, the cane fields, and then there was you. And then there was me, with no land but this mouth, and the dead who can't speak. Oh, people of the earth, how easily they slip back into it. How tired I am of these bodies in the water, of what's lost that can't come back. The ocean spills and swallows and remains steadfast. So this poem this is brand new actually, maybe it's not even finished, I'm not sure. And this is kind of a poem that I wrote for my new homeland, America, and this is called The Free World. I bind my old grievances to a helium balloon. A long memory, I have been warned, is a curse. Everywhere I go, someone has something they must say about you. Nobody knows who we are. Wouldn't you say? Nobody agonizes like we do. Elsewhere is a promise and a threat. I have been prescribed compassion of the wrong sort, and so I am alone. I am invisible within you. Seeking companionship, I spend my afternoons before the windows of pet shops and strangers trying to decide. After all, I was told I could have everything. I thought this was meant to be a romance. I was delivered here in order to love you. I was delivered here and ordered to love you. If we could be friends, I wore this new dress for you. Symptoms of prophecy. In the new century, we lose the art of many things. For example, at the beep, I communicate using the wrong machine. I call to say we have two lives and only one of them is real. When the phone rings, you could be anybody. In the evening, you are homeless and hunting for good light, as safe a place as any to make a bed for the night. In both my lives, my nerves go bust. I'm certain that I'm not as I appear, that I'm a figment and you're not really here. The struggle is authenticity. I have a message. You must believe me. Okay, I'm going to read three more. This is called Symptoms of Sympathy. As it often does, all else had failed. You wanted to fall, but could not ignore the landing, the truth that the dogs had been there. There was the question of rain, which hung around unanswered, a bud in your throat, refusing to bloom. The heat was a violence that swelled the doors and shut you out. You said to the river, my mind is a drought. What love I have is difficult and spent. You didn't want to hate the living. You just wanted it to snow, so you took this pill, held your hand in your hand. These are peacetime games. The river kept running away, coming back, running away. The current isolationism. In the half-light, I am most at home, my shadow as company. When I feel hot, I push a button to make it stop. I mean the stain on my mind I can't get out. How human I seem. Like modern man, I traffic in extinction. I have a gift. Like an animal, I sustain. A flock of birds, when touched, I scatter. I won't approach until the back is turned. My heart betrays. I confess. I am afraid. How selfish of me. When there's no one here, I have the distance between our bodies infinitesimally. In this long passageway, I pose against the wallpaper, dig my heels in, catch the light. In my vision, the back door opens on a garden that is always in bloom. The dogs are chained so they can't attack like I know they want to. In the next yard over, the honeybees swarm and their sound is huge. This is my last poem. I just want to say thanks so much to our host for the evening for inviting me here and for all the readers and for everyone listening, and also to my two